So here are a few de-stressing massage techniques that I like to use. One of them is this webbing of my hands. So follow along with me. So take some of this moisturizer. You can put it all around your hand, but especially focus on the webbing between your first finger and your thumb. Now you're going to feel where the bones start, and you're going to pinch that between your other first finger and thumb. There's a lot of tension held in this part of our bodies, especially today as we use our thumbs to text, to game, to type on our laptops, even to draw or write, to do errands, to drive. This muscle is so overworked. So you're going to pinch that as hard as feels reasonably comfortable. So you're starting kind of at the base, and then you're going to slowly pinch, 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 slowly bringing that pinch right here towards the edge of your hands. So starting here, working out. Pinch, maybe about 10 pinches to get from the start of the bones in your hands all the way to the edge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can try it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it'll feel best if your hand is able to fully relax as you do it. So you can rest your elbow on something as you massage this space. So now the hand doing the massaging has worked even harder. So we must do it onto the other side. So I'm going to start with moisturizer in this hand. Want to make sure to work it all over your hands, anywhere that might be dry, even in between the fingers. Feels so nice. I just think we as a society don't pay enough attention to taking care of our hands. We work our poor hands so hard, especially if you have a hobby that involves hands. If you do any sports that are hard on the hands, whether that's rock climbing or volleyball, if you are an artist, or if you do anything that's in computer sciences, you might have especially painful hands. If you're a musician, especially if you do things like guitar, I play bass. If you play anything that has complex fingering, like a saxophone maybe. These are all things that can cause our hands to get really stiff and painful if we're not taking careful attention. Even people who work in the service industry, if you are a barista or anything that involves a lot of repetitive motions, your hands are probably really tight right now. So I hope this feels really good to you. So you're finding where the bones of your hands start. You should feel this kind of knob around the top of your thumb bone, and then it should feel like there's no major bones here. It should be kind of almost fleshy. So you're going to take your index finger and your thumb like a crab claw, and you're going to pinch that area. You want to pinch it pretty tightly. Whew. My right hand is tighter than my left because I am heavily right hand dominant. I do a lot of things with my hands. I'm an artist. I do a lot of makeup art and drawing. I mentioned I play bass, and just basic household tasks. I'm quite the cleaner. I love to clean, and just in general, I'm usually walking around carrying something. I use my phone a whole lot. This is my texting thumb, so it gets a lot of heavy use. Can give it a little bit of extra TLC. So we're gonna work from that spot I just showed you all the way to the edge of the webbing of your hand. It'll take about 10 pinches to work your way down. It doesn't have to be exact, but just approximately. And if your hand starts to feel dry, or if it starts to feel like it's chafing your skin at any point, you can just add a little bit more cream, or even in a pinch. For a little extra moisture, you can use coconut oil, olive oil, vegetable oil, anything like that. You'll just want to make sure to wash your hands afterwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we'll go again. 1. Oh, this should feel amazing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And for me, since this is my dominant hand, you can choose whichever hand feels the tightest. I'm just gonna go one more round. 1, 2. Oh, you can hold, if there's any pinch that feels like it's especially working for you, you can hold it for longer than a count. You can breathe into it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So we got that space a little bit. Now let's just roll out all 10 fingers. Those are some hard-working hands. So we're gonna start with the pinky, whichever hand you wanna start with. So take the base of your finger, so right at this almost webbing in the outer part of your hand, and you're going to roll it between these two fingers. So you're moving these fingers like this. It should gently roll your finger back and forth. Be careful at the joints, especially if you have any pain at your joints. But if it does feel good, you can roll there too, or just give them a little squeeze. And feel the bones of your finger. That's right, your finger is all full of bones. We're gonna run 2 times through each finger. But feel free to keep rewinding this part and doing each finger as many times as you feel like you need to feel as relaxed as possible. Moving on to the ring finger. So starting with this space between your pinky and ring finger and this space between your ring and middle finger. You're gonna roll it gently back and forth. Again, feel free to add any more lotion, cream, or oil if that really helps you out. For me, in the winter especially, I get such painfully dry skin on my hands. And especially when I work a lot, I can feel my joints ache and swell a little bit. If you live somewhere with a colder climate, this might be true for you as well. But even if you live in a warm climate or a hot climate, this will be helpful too. So onto the middle finger, same thing. So you're taking this space and this space. I have a deep scar here, so it kind of feels especially good to add moisture to this skin. I actually have a few scars on this hand from a few accidents throughout my life. On my pinky, I ran through a window with my arms out, so all that was really hurt was my finger. And on the back of my hand, the deep one that I just showed you, this one was 5 stitches. It was an industrial dishwasher accident. I actually have a few others. I couldn't tell you how I got it. I was a scrappy kid, so I'm sure there were trees and rocks involved. But sometimes even now, I get a little extra chapped or sore on those parts of my hands that are scarred. So it's good to give them a little bit of extra moisture, even vitamin E oil if it's around. All right, onto the index finger. So taking that between your other fingers, it doesn't have to be between your pointer and thumb, but you can. If those fingers are feeling tired, you can use your middle finger or your ring finger and thumb. And just roll it. Again, careful at your joint. Don't do anything that feels like it hurts. This should help to improve circulation. Maybe even help to slow down your breathing, your heartbeat. You can watch the finger as you do it. You can close your eyes and just feel the sensation of the blood being awakened in your finger. Onto the thumb. Your thumb should be nice and warmed up already. So we're going to start as far down as you can go on your thumb. I have very bendy thumbs, so I can go pretty far. And just squeezing around the skinny part of your thumb, being gentle when you get to the thicker part where the knuckle is. And then rolling it. You can feel the juicy pad of your thumb between your fingers. One more time. Just do a little brushing motion along your hand. Feel the circulation in it. Feel your hands. Thank you, hands, for all that you do. And what we do on one side, we must do unto the other. I'm a big fan of symmetry. So I'm going to add a little bit more cream to the back of my right hand. I feel a little coldness in the air today. So I just want to keep my skin extra protected, take care of that moisture barrier. I'm going to start again with the pinky. So pinching from the outside of my hand and the webbing of skin right here. You can even kind of press down on that skin a little bit. You can stretch it out. And really feel the skinny part of your finger, the bones of it, in between your other fingers. Rolling upwards as if you're rolling out a long rope of bread dough. And again, rolling. I really like to envision my finger as if it's going to become a delicious home-baked pretzel. That might be a weird bit of imagery, but that's just what I'm imagining. Is it growing longer, more stretchy as I roll it out? This pinky, I think, gets overworked because I use it to prop up my phone. And a lot of us do this. We hold our phone in this position with the pinky propping it up. And that causes a lot of stress on the pinky of whatever is your dominant hand. So make sure to give that pinky a little bit of extra love. It deserves a break. Onto the ring finger. So we're going to press down and really grab your finger and squeeze it as you roll it out. All the way towards the end of your ring finger. One more time. That feels just amazing. Really try to feel the blood beneath the surface of your skin. Feel it in circulation. Human hands are amazing. We do so much with them that we don't even take into account. The connection that our hands have with our brains is just incredible. On to the middle finger. So you're pinching that between your other fingers. This finger is important if you've got enough attitude. So just rolling it out, stretching it out into a nice long piece of finger dough. Once more, rolling that out. All right, 2 fingers left on this hand. Starting with the index. You're pinching that between these fingers. I do a lot with this finger too. This is one of the most used fingers on my dominant hand. All that poking and pointing and every little thing you do with your hands. Think of yourself as releasing that tension and stress as you roll out your finger. And finally, the thumb. This is probably my most worked digit of all. As I said, I use this thumb for texting and all kinds of poking around on my phone. So I'm going to even press down a little bit here on the heel of my hand just to warm this one up. Then grabbing it towards the base, really pinching it as I roll towards the end of the thumb. Whew. And then one more time, rolling out that thumb. So just take a moment, let it soak in. Take a really deep cleansing breath. And give your tense facial muscles a little bit of a stretch. If you have a gua sha, you can even help out with that at home. So stretch your head to one side. Angle your chin almost towards your shoulder. Feel tension here release. The moisturizer will even help your skin to not feel too tense. It should feel elastic and stretch with the muscles under it. Nice. Same for the other side. So you're going to bring your jaw or point with your chin towards this corner. And then almost towards your shoulder. If you really want to feel the stretch more, you can bring your arm out straight. If you haven't stretched this area in a while, bringing the arm out might feel like too much. So don't feel like you need to. You can also move your lips this way towards the corner that your chin is pointing to. This will also deepen the stretch. I know it looks silly, but your facial muscles will thank you. So you can do the same on the other side if you haven't. So this should feel way better. You can also try just leaning your head back. And this one, you just have to abandon your self-consciousness for a moment. You will look a little bit like a fish. Accept it. So you're leaning your head back as far as you comfortably can, and then slowly, gently opening and closing your jaw as you do so. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed and level as you do this. All right. Okay? So now we're gonna all roll our head in one big circle. Be careful as you bring it back. You don't want to bring it so far back that you compress the vertebrae that are in your neck. So just bring it back as far as feels comfortable. Same the other way. Now you can interlock your fingers, bring your hands behind your head, and gently press the back of your head into your hands. This will stretch out the muscles along the back of your neck, so we'll really get the whole thing. I always have a knot on the back of my neck because sadly, I spend too much time on electronics or at a desk. I know that's the case for a lot of people. It's unfortunate, but there are many things we can do to remedy it and to fix some of the pain that it causes. So you can just gently press. Now you can even try pushing, almost as if it's a battle between your hands and your head. You don't have to do either too hard. A very gentle battle. You can bring your head forward, only as much as is reasonably comfortable, and try to release your neck. The thing that's moving your head side to side should be your hands. It shouldn't be your neck that's moving your head. Your head should feel relaxed. Now we can do the same thing, leaning your head back. Again, not too far, but let it be heavy in your hands. This should feel really good. The human head weighs about as much as a bowling ball. So that's a lot for your poor neck to be holding up. The angle that we use when we look at our phones exerts far more pressure on your vertebrae than when you're looking forward. So this stretch is really beneficial. Just give it a little bit of a wiggle, a gentle wiggle. This is the break that your neck deserves. All right. Now give me a big fake yawn. Oh. Maybe you look or feel a little ridiculous doing that, but I bet that right now you feel a lot less tension than you did before. So, try those exercises or that routine every day or as many times a week as you're able to. I'm going to give you some of that cream to bring with you so you can use that at home before you do it or as you're doing it. And that will also help your skin and the muscles beneath your skin to relieve a little bit of that tension. Day after day, I think you'll start to notice a release in anxiety or stress. And you'll also find that maybe your face is looking a little bit more defined than before, a little less stressed out. I just see that as one of the side perks of it, but let's be honest, it's pretty nice. I hope this was able to help you out a little bit. I hope your hands feel a little bit less tense. Maybe even the rest of you feels a little less tense. Your mind feels less tense. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.